They thought the past was behind them, but the past has a way of reaching through time. Blood of My Blood Season 2 isn't just a continuation, it's a collision of destiny, love, and secrets that were never meant to be uncovered. After that shocking Season 1 finale, fans were left wondering who truly survived, who vanished through the stones, and how deep does the time travel mystery really go? Because this time, the stakes aren't just about love or war, they're about rewriting history itself. The Season 1 finale of Blood of My Blood left everyone on edge, hearts pounding, and minds full of questions. How dare they end it that way, right when Julia and Henry reached the stones, uncertain if they could actually time travel? That final moment, Henry placing Julia's hand on the cold stone surface, whispering Claire, was more than emotional, it was a sign. A sign that their story is far from over. Season 2 is ready to dive deep into what that moment truly meant, and whether they crossed through time, or were trapped in the wrong century forever. If you look closely, the finale wasn't just about their fate, it was about unfinished business. Brian and Ellen's forbidden love may have finally found freedom, but freedom in the 18th century comes at a heavy price. Malcolm Grant's shocking death has left chaos in its wake, and even in death, his shadow will linger over the Frasers. The rebellion is brewing, the clans are dividing, and new alliances will be tested in Season 2. But what makes things even more dangerous is how time itself seems to be unraveling. Let's not forget, the train ticket from Season 1's flashback showed the number 1714. That wasn't just an Easter egg. That was the warning. The year where it all began, the year Claire's parents vanished, and perhaps, the year everything connects. The creators have hinted that Season 2 will explore the true meaning of Claire's family legacy, how her ancestors' choices in the 18th century shaped her destiny centuries later. And that means Uncle Lamb's story is far from finished. His introduction in Season 1 wasn't just nostalgia, it was foreshadowing. His charm and mystery hide something much larger, something that ties the Beecham family to the Stones themselves. Now, about Julia and Henry, Season 1 barely scratched the surface of their journey. Many fans felt we didn't get enough of them, but that's about to change. Season 2 promises to explore their emotional connection, their survival in a dangerous century, and their desperate search for answers. Were they really ready to travel through time? Did they have the gemstones? Or did fate have another cruel twist planned for them? Every detail in the finale pointed toward uncertainty, from the way Julia hesitated to the way the wind changed just as her hand touched the stone. Maybe the stones chose not to open. Maybe something, or someone, stopped them. Meanwhile, Brian and Ellen's love story might finally face its darkest chapter yet. They ran from the clans, but they can't run from destiny. The Botworthy, once a symbol of safety, might now become a battlefield of betrayal and loyalty. Rumors say Season 2 will begin right where the rebellion brews, forcing Brian to choose between love and honor. And Ellen, strong-willed as ever, will have to fight not just for her life, but for the future of her unborn child. Yes, the pregnancy we all suspected may finally be confirmed, setting the stage for one of the most emotional arcs in the series. But here's where things take a dangerous turn. Jocasta, once the quiet, elegant sister, might become the show's most unpredictable player. Her kindness in helping Brian and Ellen seemed selfless, but Season May 2 reveal her deeper motives. Why did she risk everything to protect them? What secret did she uncover that changed her loyalties? There's a growing theory that Jocasta knows more about time travel than anyone realizes, and that she may even hold one of the gemstones necessary to cross the stones. Could she be protecting the Fraser bloodline from something darker, something that travels through time itself? And then, there's Murtagh. His heartbreak over Ellen, his loyalty to Brian, and his quiet strength made him one of the most beloved characters of Season 1. But Season 2 won't let him rest. The rebellion will test him, forcing him to face the ghosts of his choices. He gave up love for duty once, but will he do it again? Or will the weight of his past finally break him? What makes Season 2 so anticipated is how it promises to weave every thread, past, present, and future, into one haunting tapestry. It's not just about who ends up with whom. It's about why these people were drawn together across centuries. The creators have confirmed that time will no longer be a barrier. Characters from different eras might begin to appear in each other's timelines, blurring the line between history and destiny. And if that happens, we might finally see how Claire's parents' story, Uncle Lamb's secrets, and the rise of the Fraser family all collide. The tagline for Season 2 says it all: blood remembers. Every choice, every sacrifice, every lost love, it all leaves a mark. And when the stones call again, no one can escape the pull. Season 2 of Blood of My Blood is shaping up to be darker, bolder, and far more emotional than anything we saw in Season 1. The story will no longer just be about forbidden love, it's about the price of legacy, the danger of secrets, and the power of bloodlines that can cross centuries. The first season showed us glimpses of time travel, but Season 2 will finally pull back the curtain on how and why it happens. And the answer, as many fans suspect, might lie within the Fraser and Beecham blood itself. For years, the stones have remained a mystery. We know they respond to emotion, to memory, and to pain. But what if there's more? What if certain people are bound to them by blood? In the Season 1 finale, when Henry whispered Claire before Julia touched the stones, that wasn't a random name, it was a connection. A memory passed down through generations. It's as if the stones recognize that name, as if Claire's existence in another time echoes through her ancestors' blood. And that means Julia's journey isn't just an accident, it's destiny calling. But destiny doesn't come without sacrifice. Fans will remember how in Outlander, every time traveler paid a price, a lost love, a broken timeline, or a life left behind. Season 2 will likely mirror that pain. If Julia did pass through the stones, it may not have taken her to safety, it may have taken her to a time she was never meant to see. The 1770s, the height of the American colonies, could be her new reality. Imagine her awakening in a world that knows nothing of her, surrounded by whispers of rebellion and faces that feel strangely familiar. Could she encounter the Frasers before their downfall? Could she become part of the very history she was trying to escape? But what if the opposite happened? What if Henry, not Julia, was the one pulled through time? The way he placed her hand on the stone suggested he wanted to protect her. Yet, what if the stones reacted to his bloodline instead? His connection to Malcolm Grant, his unspoken guilt, his name, Henry Beecham, all carry traces of the past. The idea that both Julia and Henry could have been split across timelines opens endless possibilities. Two stories running in parallel, one trapped in the 18th century, one lost in another era, both searching for each other, both haunted by the same word, Claire. Meanwhile, back in the Highlands, the rebellion begins to consume everyone left behind. Brian Fraser, now burdened by Malcolm Grant's death, finds himself caught between loyalty to his clan and the guilt of survival. Season 2 will test his soul. Every choice he makes will ripple across time, especially as Ellen's pregnancy becomes impossible to hide. Her strength and defiance will shine, but so will her fear. Because she knows that bringing a child into this world, into that time, means facing the same fate that destroyed countless families before her. And what if she's carrying more than just a child? What if that unborn baby becomes the key to the entire Outlander universe, the bloodline that leads to Jamie Fraser himself? Uncle Lamb's story will also take a mysterious turn. His introduction in Season 1 felt comforting, almost nostalgic, but Season 2 will reveal a very different side to him. He's not just Claire's guardian. He's a scholar of time, a man who's seen what the stones can do, and maybe even used them himself. The gentle mentor we met might have been hiding a lifetime of secrets. Why was he so fascinated with ancient rituals? Why did he raise Claire the way he did? And how did he know so much about her parents' past? Season 2 will dig into those questions, showing that Uncle Lamb may have always known Claire's destiny, and now, Julia's too. And then there's Jocasta. Her storyline could completely change the tone of the show. In Season 1, she appeared to act out of kindness, helping Brian and Ellen escape. But what if that was only part of the truth? What if she's been playing a long game? Rumors suggest that Jocasta might become entangled in the rebellion not just as an ally, but as a manipulator. Her loyalty may shift as power changes hands, and her actions could either save or destroy the Fraser name. Some even believe she's the one who holds the missing gemstone that could alter everything, the last key to the stone's power. Murtagh, torn between loyalty and heartbreak, will face his most painful chapter yet. Helping Brian and Ellen cost him everything, and now he'll have to live with the consequences. His storyline may explore the idea of redemption, how a man who sacrificed his heart for duty finds purpose again in war. But there's a darker rumor too, that Murtagh may become one of the first victims of the rebellion, setting the emotional tone for the entire season. And if that happens, his death could be the event that pushes Brian to make a fateful decision, one that changes the course of history. While all this unfolds in the 18th century, whispers of the 20th century will continue to echo. Claire's parents' story, which began with that heartbreaking farewell at the train station, might resurface. Theories suggest that they too might have had some connection to the stones, that their accident wasn't an accident at all. Could they have vanished into another time, just like their daughter would decades later? And if so, could Season 2 reveal that Claire's family has been caught in a cycle of time travel for generations, each member trying to break the curse in their own way? The power of Blood of My Blood lies in this balance between history and mystery. It doesn't just ask who went through the stones, it asks why. Why do certain bloodlines hold the power to travel through time? Why does fate keep repeating the same story of love, loss, and sacrifice? And most importantly, how far would someone go to change the past if it meant saving the ones they love? As Season 2 unfolds, one thing is certain: no one is safe. Time is both a gift and a curse, and those who dare to cross it always pay a price. The question is, who will pay it this time? If Season 1 was about discovery and heartbreak, Blood of My Blood Season 2 is about consequence. Every secret, every betrayal, every act of love will come crashing down. And the trailer hints that the past isn't done with anyone, not Brian and Ellen, not Julia and Henry, and certainly not the mysterious forces guiding their destinies. Because in this new season, time itself starts to fight back. The trailer opens with a haunting voice whispering, "Blood remembers." It's not just a poetic line, it's the entire foundation of Season 2. It reminds us that bloodlines hold power. Every generation carries the memories, guilt, and choices of the ones before them. The Fraser blood, the Beecham blood, they are linked by something greater than chance. And now, that connection begins to reveal itself in ways that defy logic. One of the most shocking theories gaining traction among fans is that Season 2 will introduce a new kind of time traveler, someone who doesn't need gemstones or the stones themselves. A person whose bloodline has become so intertwined with the magic of time that they can move between eras through sheer emotional force. Could that person be Julia? The trailer shows a brief glimpse of her staring at a reflection that doesn't match her, almost as if she's seeing herself in another century. It's a moment that sends chills down your spine. Has she become the bridge between timelines? Meanwhile, Henry's fate remains a mystery. The last time we saw him, he was pushing Julia toward the stones, shouting her name as the world seemed to split in two. Theories suggest that he may have been pulled in a different direction, not forward, but backward. Some fans believe he could end up in an even earlier time, possibly the late 1600s, at the origins of the Fraser line itself. Imagine the shock if Henry discovers that he's the ancestor of the very family he's been fighting to save. That kind of paradox would change everything we know about the Outlander universe. And then there's Brian and Ellen, the heart of this story. Their love may have conquered the odds, but now they face the true cost of rebellion. The trailer shows glimpses of battlefields drenched in fog, of fires spreading across the highlands, and of Ellen clutching something close to her chest, a small gemstone glowing faintly blue. That could be the same stone Jocasta once had, meaning Ellen might unknowingly be carrying the key to time itself. But with Malcolm Grant's death still fresh and his family seeking vengeance, no place is safe for them. The Botthorthy that once sheltered them may now become their prison. Jocasta's role, too, grows more complex. She's no longer the quiet ally. The trailer gives us flashes of her in dark candlelight, writing letters sealed with the Fraser crest, speaking to someone unseen. Could she be making a deal to protect her family, or betraying them to survive? Her intelligence and charm make her dangerous, and in this season, she may finally reveal where her true loyalties lie. Some fans even suspect she's been in contact with someone from the future, manipulating events to ensure her bloodline's survival. If that's true, Jocasta might be one of the most powerful and underestimated characters in the entire series. Uncle Lamb's storyline, on the other hand, could change the entire mythology of Blood of My Blood. The trailer gives us just a single, chilling image, his study, filled with maps and sketches of standing stones from around the world. And in the center, a journal with the words Chronos Theory written across it. This suggests he's known about the phenomenon for years, and may even be the one who first discovered the rules of time travel. Did he experiment with it? Did he lose someone to the stones before Claire was born? These questions are what Season 2 aims